All right, let's start. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cast, and I'm here, your host, Thinh, Chau. And who do we have here?
I'm your co-host and your best friend, Alan.
And I'm Vicky.
Wait, what? Who's here?
What the fuck?
I thought you were going to introduce me.
Yeah, I usually introduce, but I thought I'd let the person introduce themselves.
Special guest,
Yeah.
Victoria.
Special
Hi.
guest Victoria. Welcome. Sorry, that was really loud.
Yeah. So one of our recent episodes, we got like a little deeper. Tid and I got a little deeper, and it had like the best reception so far. Like everyone loved it. People were like texting me individually. They were like, "Hey man," like I had like buddies who were like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast for the first time. This is amazing." And I was like, "That was the first episode you listened to."
Now they know so much.
And I was like, "Man, that's a lot of pressure."
Yeah.
Do we have to like bring that like energy every single time now, or I don't know if we can do that.
It's hard, dude. I feel like we have this expectation of us now. We gotta live up to this bar, this standard that we brought ourselves up to.
I feel like it comes naturally, though, like for the two of you guys, when you guys are like alone just talking, and then you guys don't have to worry about anything else. Like, because you guys work off of each other so well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, I would say I've known you your entire life, Victoria.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about you.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. I feel like I barely know you.
What do you want to know?
I mean, like, I don't know, just talk about yourself. Like, what do you like to do in your free time? Like, what do you love? What do you hate? Are you a romantic? You know, like,
I feel like
do you believe in true love?
Would you rather have us ask you questions and pry into your life?
you can do that. I feel like I'm always open to answering questions, but I'm never going to be like, hey, here are all the details about my life. Do you know what I mean?
Well, here's your chance.
You asked me like 50 questions, though.
Okay, pick one then. Pick one. Just tell me, what do you do? Who are you?
I'm a sister for the first part of that. Like, I feel like that's a huge thing about me. Like, I'm very family oriented. So that's why I'm always like around you guys, around Tin. Like, I like coming home, but I also like being alone for the most part. Just like, I found so much serenity in setting myself apart from everyone and kind of like understanding who I am without everyone's influence.
Okay, then who is that? That's what I want to know.
That's such a hard question. Like, what do you mean?
Like, you said you took that time to define yourself, to set yourself apart. What did you find out in that time?
I guess I found out like what's important to me and what I want to build myself up to be, like making goals and then achieving those goals. But it's like hard to do that when there's so many outside influences, I feel like especially with like family, like telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've learned in like college, and then like me moving, I get like the chance to do what I want without suffering the consequences of how everyone else feels about it.
Like, especially your family.
Yeah.
Or like particularly your parents, I mean.
Because when I went and did my interview in New York, I felt like a lot of guilt. And then even when I accepted the job, I didn't tell anyone until after I already said yes. And then I felt really guilty about it, even though it's like my dream job. So I feel like with that, you have to kind of prioritize yourself and then just decide what is best for you, because it's your life. And in the end, if you don't make the choices that'll make you happy, then you're kind of just stuck, I feel like.
So just so I understand you, you're saying like there's a balance between being family oriented and like listening to what your family wants and figuring out what you want for yourself.
Yeah, because you have to think about everyone else and then think about yourself, and then that's so many things to think about. And I don't like doing that.
I think you're making a good point though, because I feel like in this is your life. You really do have to put yourself first, and then from there you can start thinking about other people, and then bringing them into your life, and evolving your decision around them after you've got yourself up first.
But what I found interesting is that when you introduce yourself, you put "I am a sister" first.
That's
so
true.
that's something that was on your mind initially. You thought of that first before you said, "Oh, I'm doing these things for myself." I just find that interesting.
I guess for me, it's like, that's kind of how I started. I started
Right.
off like being a sister, being there for other people. And then when I moved, I didn't have anyone. So at that point, I guess I had my family foundation. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, now it's my turn to do what I want.
Character development. Hell yeah.
It's crazy. Like, I feel like you don't realize it's happening. And then all of a sudden, you're like an independent.
That's incredible.
Do you guys feel like you guys are independent?
To a certain extent. I feel like a lot of decisions that I make are for for myself first, and then also I'll think about what it does for Tiffany, your sister. So when I look into the future, I'm more thinking about what can I do to bring us forward, to bring us into our next chapter of life, of what, it's hard. I mean, but like with me and my family, like I said, like you do, I put myself first. I do great things independently. I don't ask them for a lot of things. I just kind of like live here. That's pretty much it. And I handle my own finances. I handle my own insurances, all the financials. For emotional support, I lean on Tiffany. She's my foundation there. Other than that, I would say I'm that independent in that regard. But living on my own, that's a part of me that I haven't really got into yet. And I'm excited and very scared at the same time. But you got to deal with it. You got to go through all that already. I wanted to be able to experience that down the road. I'm working towards it, but I'm getting there. Me and Tiffany are getting there.
Do you think you're ready for it?
That's a good question. I believe I am. I'm scared. The other night, I was just like laying in bed with Tiffany. I was like telling her, I had this small like anxiety attack. I was like, holy shit, Tiffany, I'm getting really scared because once we have our own house, I just thought of a scenario like, what if someone broke into our house? It was just us two.
Tiffany was talking about this the other day. She was telling me about, she was like, oh, Tin was like saying all this shit to me last night. and then he was all scared, and then I got all scared, and we were both just laying there like wide awake, thinking about the future.
It was fucking scary. Like, I would be the man of the house, per se.
You'd be the one to grab like the baseball bat.
Yes, exactly. I had the same exact image.
You're like, if someone's dying, you're dying first.
Yeah, oh my God. I had to deal with the situation. If there's a fucking rat or roach, I had to deal with that. If there's a fucking spider crawling on the wall, Tiffany's like, Dad, get that fucking spider. I'm like, fuck, that's me now, dude. I don't have anyone else to run to. Yeah, dude, that shit's boggles my mind. I'm the one that has to deal with it. I'm like the first responder in a way. And it scares me.
I feel like that's something that you're ready for, though. Like if I did that in our house, I'd be like, Din, there's a cockroach, you better go kill it. I feel like you'd step up and do it.
All right, let me tell you this. What if you were in Pitt, back when you were in Pitt, and you saw like a fucking roach and shit? Were you the one to kill it, or did you call Harley, or you call one of your friends to come over? Like, yo, I can't deal with this shit, What would you do?
If it was just me, I would deal with it. But otherwise, there's like a Raid spray and it squirts 10 feet.
Right.
And that's what I would use. But there was one time I was in my dresser and I was taking out a sweater, and then out from the sweater crawled like this giant spider. And I was like, I'm just going to sit in my bed and not move.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
So what do you feel, Alan? What do you think? Do you think you're independent in your own life right now?
Definitely not. I feel like I have so much support right now that, like, I just don't know. I just feel like I want a lot more independence because I live under the stairs in a like, you know, Harry Potter style. But yeah, because I feel so stuffed. You know, I feel very cramped. I just want more space. I feel like if I had my own space, I'd be much more like with it. I don't know.
So do you think the only thing that's stopping you is like finances, or you're stopping yourself?
Definitely finances.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm paying off like mega loans right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if I didn't have to pay those loans, I could use that money for rent.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
So you would move out if you had
if I
the
could,
chance.
yeah.
Do you think you'd stay here or go?
I don't know. But the thing is, it's hard though, because all your friends are like, I built like a community here, you know. But then I'd have to start all over if I
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me to think about. Like, are Tiffany and I willing to move away somewhere else and start a whole new life? And like, just leave everything behind? Because I was presented with an idea that with the opportunity to move with my parents and my family to Florida. And I made the decision to stay. Because then I'll be away from Tiffany. I can't just drop Tiffany, dude. Like, she is so intertwined in my life. Like, that's a big part of me that I'm leaving behind if I were to do that. And I don't think I in my head, mentally, I don't think I would be able to handle it. I wouldn't have to I wouldn't know one to run to.
I feel like we have a good enough friendship that I could move away for like a while and then come back. But if I had to like move away permanently, I don't know, I'd be pretty scary.
What if there's one thing out there that you want and it's far away? Would you just risk it all and go?
Like a person or a job or something?
Yeah. Like whatever you would chase, like whatever you value.
Wow. Maybe.
Food for thought. Damn, that's pretty good.
But also, like for you, would you move if Tiffany said, yes, I'll come with you,
Yeah,
wherever
like
you're going?
If Tiffany was moving, would you move away with her?
Yes,
Wow.
I would do that.
No hesitation.
Gotta ask Tiffany what her answer is.
I would, yeah. If Tiffany wanted to move somewhere else, like another country.
Like if she got like her dream job and she was like, I gotta move to Germany.
Yeah, definitely. I'll support her. Yeah, I'll go with her.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
It's
Correct.
I'm like, wow, I need to find love or something.
Fuck.
It's harder to put into words, but I want to be able to elevate both of us, you know? Mm-hmm. If this is something that is really important to her, then it's going to be really important for me, too. Because I want her to be the best that she can be, the happiest that she can be. And if I'm the reason that's stopping her from doing that, I don't want to be that reason. I'm going to do everything the best to be not that reason, you know? And so, yeah, I would just go and find my happiness is Tiffany right there. And that's all I really need. Just something out there that is not like Tiffany up here and everything else is like here, you know?
So yeah. So we were talking about priorities earlier. So like Tin's priority is Tiffany. Yours is
Myself.
exactly. There you go.
And yours is?
Me, right now. Mm-hmm. 2019, it's about me. 2020 is about me plus.
It's like plus something else, or just like
Just me and some more me.
okay.
I am lonely though.
Do you think
That's
I am lonely though.
yeah,
Are you actively dating? Like, are you actively looking for people to talk to? Or just like a hopeless romantic and you think something will fall out the sky?
Well, so I would say for the majority of my life, I've been a hopeless romantic. I just thought like she's out there, you know, that person, and then I don't know, just like stop believing. I know it sounds kind of like bum, but I think it's more like I'm more realistic, more pragmatic. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, takes work, you know. But to answer your question, I haven't been really like actively looking for anyone since like last year, you know, because that was when I was like trying to reframe everything and be like, I'm like Lizzo right now. It's all about me. I do my hair toss.
Do you think you're ready now after you've done your reframing?
That's what I mean.
2019, all about you.
Recently, I thought about like whether or not I was like, do I need to be in a relationship right now? And the answer is definitely no. But I want to be in a relationship. Is that weird?
no,
Yeah.
definitely
That
not.
makes a lot of sense.
Because I just feel like I just want to share my life with someone. I have so many things to like see and do, and I want to share that with someone. You know. That's it. Fuck.
Sorry, hard questions.
It's a good question. Ask him some more stuff.
No, this is about you. You're the special guest.
No, we're talking about both
What
of
about
us.
you?
I'm here. I'm just here to listen.
Tin already did all this.
I'm just here chiming in, yo. I'm here just to share my experiences.
Okay, well, when you liked Tiffany, what was your first indication?
What I liked about Tiffany.
Yeah, tell us what happened in the game room.
Like,
Build this
If-
narrative. Show me like I want to paint a picture in my mind. I saw her from across the room. She has some weird jacket on.
her eyes were glistening.
Behind her super thick glasses.
It's hard to say. It didn't really click about Tiffany until I really got to talk to her. And just getting to know her and just feeling how easy it was for me to talk to her. We connected really well. We really hit it off.
Did you ever feel that way in your past relationships?
No.
That's the correct answer.
No, it was weird. Like, I was like, wow, what's this? What is this conversation? You know, what is this feeling that I'm feeling? It was a whole different thing. It was crazy. And it just blossomed into something great. It kind of sucked at the time because I was with someone else when I met her. And it's like a big eye-opening thing for me because I do feel sorry for the person that I was with at the time. Because when I met Tiffany, I realized how well we connected. In my mind, I was like, fuck, this is weird. Why do I feel so connected with someone else that I'm not with when I'm with someone else? You know, and this person doesn't deserve this at all. So I thought about it for 2 long, hard weeks. And I was like, I need to imagine myself not being with the person I am now and see how I feel. I need to imagine the girl that I'm with right now, if I'm happier seeing her with someone else, you know. So I thought about it, and I could confidently say that I really wanted her to be happier with someone else. I wanted her to be with someone that can make her happy because I couldn't do that for her. So I did what I had to do. I had to separate myself from her. I broke up with her, and I started to talk to Tiffany more. And I felt really guilty. Like, you know, I put her in the situation that she didn't deserve to be in, my ex-girlfriend. And I mean, we haven't. She's probably the only ex-girlfriend that doesn't talk to me right now. Like,
So it didn't really end like amicably. Like what happened? Because it was just like she didn't see it coming, that sort of thing, or like.
I think she had a hint of it. I think she saw, because she also knew Tiffany. I think she saw that how well I was really connecting with her, and then I think her best friend at the time was just kind of warning her. I was like, hey, you should probably watch out, because Thinh might be breaking up with you. And she told me about it, like her best friend warning her, and she was right. And I accept all the blame. I accept all the problems, I guess. But I think it is for the better, for both parties. It sucked that it had to happen, but it happened. But I can say for now that she is with someone that she's really happy with. And in the bottom of my heart, I'm really happy that she was able to find someone. Because honestly, I would be really distraught. I would have a lot of regret if she was like blaming herself for everything that happened in that relationship. And it was really not her. It's not her fault at all. It was all me. And I really was rooting for her to find someone else, and she did. And I believe they got a house together and everything too there. So it all worked out for the better,
I think that's like a good sentiment, but I don't think you need to feel guilty because you feel what you feel. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes that's just the way things go. You can't really control how you feel or other people feel. So,
and I feel like it would have been worse if you kind of just continued to date her knowing that you weren't giving her 100%.
Yeah.
Because you were kind of sidetracked.
Because imagine if you thought oh, I'll just stick with her, and then you just dragged it out, and and you become unhappy and resent her because you're not connecting as deeply with her as you are with someone else, and you just start hating and getting resentful. And that's not healthy either.
Exactly. It would have ended up in a bad situation. I would have probably been a lot less happier than I am now.
For sure. You see what I mean, Victoria? Those are the things we have to cut out. It's just
the laws.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to have these laws because we're just thinking right now,
Because I'm processing everything that we've all said, because I feel like we never get to talk like this.
Yeah.
It brings you out of your comfort zone, and you're kind of in the hot seat.
Are you out of your comfort zone now? Are you uncomfortable?
I mean, there's a light in my face, a camera, a mic. I can hear myself.
Yeah, it's really different. But
Right.
I feel like you get used to it, into it a little bit, but you do at some points you do catch yourself oh fuck, I forgot. This shit's all on me right now.
I feel like it's a cool endeavor that you guys decided to make a podcast. You didn't know anything about running a podcast or how to record anything, and you guys ran to Micro Center and bought everything you needed. I think that's so cool to just throw yourself into it, and then from there you learn and you get better, and like you said, every podcast gets better.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Yeah.
Can't say that. We're gonna get copyright strike.
Oh fuck! All right, we just cut that out. Yeah. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I want what the way I'm feeling now. I want this for all you guys too.
Oh, what? Finding love?
Yes.
I mean, it must be nice,
Yes.
bro.
I know.
So
way to slam dunk on us.
Yeah.
Collectively, all that.
Yeah. When Tiffany met you, she was 19. So when I hit 19, I was like, am I supposed to be dating someone right now? And I was like, no, I can't handle that.
Okay.
I was just thinking about it.
Period.
Yeah. You can't bring someone into your life if you don't know what the fuck is going on in your life. To throw them into that with you would just be like a horrible thing to do to someone.
But what if you grow together? What if you're just like you see they're going through a hard time and you're like, wow, I'm going through a hard time too. Let's like work together. And then you guys like somehow maybe like as a byproduct you fall in love, you know?
My fear with that was always like
Codependency.
yes. Like finding someone that you can always rely on and then maybe one day they're just gone. Then what? Then who do you fall back on? Like you lose your best friend and then how do you talk about your feelings with other people if you haven't been doing that before?
Right. Makes sense.
Am I codependent? Shit. If Tiffany left,
Fuck, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
we're not trying to throw you under the bus.
Well, I'm starting to think about my situation now. Like shit. Like if Tiffany left, I don't know what the fuck I would do, yo.
But I feel like you guys know your end game. Like you know that you're gonna get married. But I guess when you were talking about, you know, growing together and then like falling in love, that seems very fresh to me. Something like that could end. But that would be like a bad codependency. Yours is like you're going to end up together. So why not grow and learn together and thrive off of each other? I don't mean to make you feel like you have no independence.
No, that's
Because it's different because you guys are pretty well-rounded people by yourselves. So it's not like you need each other. It's that you guys boost each other up. You're right. You're like, yeah. Hell yeah.
He's like, I think so.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, I can do things without her. Like, I don't need her to be there.
But you'd prefer her to be there.
Yeah, I prefer her to be there. I try to include her in everything that I can, but
So
in reality,
That's what I was saying before. So it's like, it's not about needing someone. It's about wanting to share your life with them. Right? Right, Tim?
now it's all clicking. Yes, yes.
I like how you're defining Tim's
Yes.
relationship.
We're coming full circle, guys.
Yes, that makes so much fucking sense now. Yeah,
And that fucking rules, dude.
yeah. Holy shit. Like, I could go to like another country without her, but I would love for her to be there.
Right.
Like, Tiffany went to Australia without me, and that was totally okay, you know. And like, I was happy she had a great time and everything, you know. But like, we weren't like, oh my god, Tim's not here, or if Tiffany's not home, fuck. I was like, oh, Tiffany's not here. Let me get the boys up. Let's hang out, you know.
No, but I see you guys when you guys go days apart without each other. And that's like one of you lying on the couch like, where's Tin? Where's Tiffany? I haven't seen them in like 24 hours.
That's true. Sometimes we go like 3 days without each other. It feels like forever. We see each other. It feels like it's been weeks, but it's only been like 3 days. And I'm like, holy shit.
So cheesy.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
It's crazy. I'm sorry. This is how it is. But it's crazy though.
We should do a singles podcast.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
All right. Yo, shit. See, debateless.
Going strong.
I remember when I was single for a while, I always like wondered whenever interacting with someone that was a potential relationship. It's like I was thinking about, in the back of my head, like how my life would be with this person, you know?
That's a lot.
Like that's fantasy right there.
That's a lot of pressure.
It does. I mean, well, it was always, well, not always, but it would come across my mind a lot. I would just like talk to them. I'm like, wow, I guess I'm really feeling this conversation. I wonder how would it be if our lives were somehow intertwined. You know, can I imagine the end game with this person? And like, do I have feelings for this person? I don't know. You know, it would occasionally happen.
I feel like I don't meet that many people where I'm like, oh, like I could see myself dating them because I only hang out with you guys. So those ideas don't cross my mind.
I don't know. I haven't thought about it in a while, so.
I guess it's like just dating in general. You have to go meet new people.
Bummer.
It's hard.
Dude.
Bummer. Shit.
Dude, if I was single again, I would not know how to do this shit. Like, I don't know how to date. I don't know how to, I would just normally just talk to people. If I like talk to people and if I like find myself liking their personality, then I would just talk to them more. I don't know. That's how I would do it.
You dated a lot in college, and I feel like in college, everyone's meeting new people frequently. But now we've kind of hit like a lull in our lives where we've found comfort in the people that we hang out with on the daily. So then, what do you do from there?
Fuck.
You mean like in order to meet new people and like
Yeah.
branch out and date and stuff?
Yeah.
That's hard. That is
I
very
don't know.
hard.
You're asking the wrong dude. Fuck. I wish I knew.
Shit. I feel, but like, when you branch out though, like there's other there's other opportunities to meet new people. Like when you go to work, per se, that's how you meet new people. When you go out to the bar or some shit, or just like any like outside event,
Right.
Right?
But then sometimes I feel like a hopeless romantic, like someone's just gonna fall from the sky.
Sweep
Like,
you off your feet.
Yeah, like I'm at the bar one day and
Meet cute.
I slip and he picks me up. Like,
That's it? That's all it takes?
I used to think like that. I was like, I'm saving myself for the one. And then when I first got my first girlfriend, I got my heart broken. I was like, fuck this shit. That shit ain't happening. So I just started accepting the reality that like no one's gonna fall in my lap.
Right.
You just have to talk to people, get a feel for them, know who they are. You
So how
fuck
do
with
you-
them, you fuck with them.
pick yourself up after like getting your heart broken.
It's a really
Very
good question.
carefully.
Yeah. You just normally you will be heartbroken. You just have to keep putting yourself out there.
What really helped me is remembering that it'll pass. Like,
Yeah.
I will get over this eventually, Even if it takes a long time, I picture an endpoint where I'm like, all right, that is behind me officially now, you know what I mean? That really helps. Just like putting it in like more like concrete terms, like there is an end and I will get there someday.
So you kind of look at like, in the grand scheme of things, this is small and eventually it'll pass.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel about a lot of things, though. Just like life in general. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the worst, but it's gonna pass someday. Or like, it's
And
gonna
then
go
how
away.
do you trust people again? I feel like that's a huge thing.
That's a different question.
I just like to ask you guys.
I don't know. It was-
You guys are supposed to be older and have a lot more insight, wisdom.
How do you trust people again?
It's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
You
pretty
can't.
much.
You can't really know. You just have to jump. And hope you don't hit rocks.
Like I go into going into relationships knowing well that it could end up a disaster, but the experience is worth it.
Like something. It's not the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm gonna get that tattooed on me.
something. It's not the
Just dub me later.
But yeah, that's what it is. It's like you have to be willing to be hurt in order to be happy.
Fuck.
I know.
So scary.
And like I don't know. I know that's how it is, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's not your fault. Just the way of the land.
Man, love is crazy, dude. What a thing. It can make you so happy, but can also hurt you so much. Got it.
What the fuck, bro?
At this point, I just give up. I'm out.
Check out, please.
That was me. How old are you?
22.
Oh shit, that was me when I was 22. I was like,
Oh no.
peace, I'm out.
So basically, you're just going through what he went through already.
I know. What happens when you hit 23? What's 23 got in store for me?
I don't know. It's up to you. Where do you, like? It's gonna. Your priorities are definitely gonna change in a year, and then it's gonna be about managing it. Like, all right, now I want this, and then taking steps to get there. You know, I really can't tell you like, because your life is so different than mine. Because I feel like dating is so different for guys and gals, you know?
In what way?
Just like different like expectations, I think, and different like
That's true.
roles. If,
I'm not
but I mean,
catching.
I feel like it has been changing. Like, I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right, Tim?
I feel like some people are looking for not long-term situations in a way. Some people are there just for the fling, for the fun of it, but they don't want to commit too
I think
long.
maybe just because like I'm a guy, I see the guy's perspective a lot more. I feel like that's what guys want.
Yeah.
At a certain point in their life, they're just like a period where they're just like, all right, I'm just gonna like, I'm not getting tied down. I'm a stallion or whatever. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like different expectations.
But did you ever feel like you were ever at that point? Really?
Yeah.
How old were you?
Like, so between like 19 and 22. And then at 22, I was like, this sucks. I'm out. I'm done. Yeah.
So then what changes for you?
Like what made me like make the...
Yeah, and how are you different from then?
I don't know what changed. I feel like it was just like it started to weigh on me. I started to realize what I was doing, you know? And I was like, I'm not happy, and like I'm treating these like women really poorly. Like they're like, really? That's it? You're just like gonna like ghost me or whatever? And then I'd be like, yeah, peace out, you know?
Oh shit. Yeah.
And then I don't know. I just like took a step back and I was like, this is fucked up, you know? I don't know. Something just hit me. I just changed my like worldview, I guess.
Right. So now how do you
Now?
approach situations? Yeah.
I don't know. Now I feel like it's more like a slow burn. Like everything we do now is slow burning. Like you can't just jump into things anymore. You gotta like plan. You gotta do like make sure like you have like backup plans and like support systems just in case like things don't go the way you would plan. You know, I don't know. It's a lot of thinking now.
Yeah.
A lot less like you want to just like
Spontaneous. A
you
lot less
want to just go
spontaneous.
like party and you're like, all right, let's go. But now it's like, all right, like I have these things to worry about, like bills. I have like loans to think about. I have like a work schedule I have to think about. You know, it's a lot of things to take into account.
So do you think it was because you graduated college and kind of real life hit you and you were like, all right, it's time to be serious?
Maybe like, you're like, all right, I'm done with school now. I can't like be fucking around anymore. Maybe. But I didn't graduate until I was like 24.
That is true.
Yeah, I went to grad school, so
Did you ever have a phase where you were like,
Just fuck around.
just, yeah.
I've never fucked around like that before. I knew myself really well to the point that like I get emotionally attached to someone too easily. It was very hard for me to just like fuck someone and just ghost them. It's just like, because for me, if like sex is like a very emotional thing for me. I call it lovemaking, if anything. And if I were to have like sex with someone, it'd be more I would be really attached to them. It'd be more me just making love to someone. I can't do it just for the fucking fun of it. I do have those thoughts like those urges, my sex drive that would just act up and like you know, I just need like a good fuck or some shit, you know. But like, I know that if the person I'm having sex with, I just get attached to them. So I really can't. In my heart, in my personality, I want to be able to live with myself, because it's just like, how can I do that with someone? It just, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't feel the same way about it, because
Really?
I feel like it is a part of showing, like, it is one way to show how you love someone. You know what I mean? In my opinion, and I feel like there's 1,000 other ways to show someone you love them. That it's just one drop in the ocean. You know, that's why I don't feel the same way about sex. I feel like you can show them, like, through words or actions or gifts, or what are all the love languages?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, Annie.
I think sex is a really strong love thing for me, but there's definitely a lot of other ways to show love too. And I think for me, sex is really emotional connecting for me for some reason. I don't know why. It's just the way it is. Like I know if I just did it with someone random, I would be too cling onto that person emotionally. It's weird. I just want to like get to know that person, if we were to get to that level. But you know, so yes, to answer your question, no, I never had that phase. It's really because I knew I would be too hurt, because it would never work out in the end.
Okay, so you never even considered like doing that.
I have considered it. I thought about it, and I knew it wasn't good for me, so I didn't. I never did it.
I feel like as long as you know what's good for you, and
Right, like,
move off of
Yeah,
that.
as long as you are doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And I'm not like shaming everyone else who does it. It's just for me personally. Like that's how my mind thinks. But like everyone else can do whatever they want. Like I don't care. That's all up to them. You know. I'm happy for them, because after that, it's all consensual. You know. So.
I mean, I hope it is.
Do what? Yeah, it's true.
Making assumptions.
It's never really occurred to me. What's the time at right now?
45 minutes.
Oh wow.
That's quick.
Yeah, it goes like quick, dude.
Wait, really? Holy shit.
45-minute podcast about love. I just never thought that that's where we'd get.
So wait, where are you with that? What did you say?
With what?
Where are you at with love again? You're just like
I just like,
not really looking.
I feel like it's there, and it, like, eventually I'll get there. But like for me in college, I never wanted to date anyone. Like I was telling Tin earlier, like I knew I was going to leave Pittsburgh. I never wanted to get in a relationship with someone, because we both would have our own dreams and drives, and if they don't line up, then what? You're either stuck like breaking up, or someone has to give in to the other person. And then from there could be a lot of animosity if things don't work out the way that you imagine them to.
So there wasn't any compromise in your fantasy. There was like no way you guys could work something out together. Like, oh, maybe we both move out to the middle of the country to get together. And you're just like, either we break up or we move in together. That's it.
Sometimes I like to think worst case scenario. I think
Okay.
it's like a defense mechanism. Okay. Some people, you know, they're willing to do that. You know, it's better to have loved than lost than to have never loved at all, or whatever.
Like prepare for the worst but hope for the best sort of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I always prepare for the worst. So I guess to answer your question, I don't know where I stand with that, especially because I'm leaving. So I feel like now it's just fair game. Like I've established where I'm gonna be, and I'm not planning on moving anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I think I'm also just seeing what happens. Like just go with whatever comes into my world. And from there, you know, if I'm alone forever, I'll have a
Same.
dog.
Same. I'll be there too.
We could live together.
Sure, with our dogs.
Brandon's out, so maybe we'll take Austin.
You know, Brandon, Austin, and I, we like blood pacted that shit. We put our hands together and we were like brothers for life. We're gonna move in together. If we're not gonna get married probably. So let's just be together. And then Brandon fucking ditched us.
That was my favorite when he was just like, oh, I planned out my whole life without a girl. And he was like, I was never going to ask a girl out. There's no way I would ever date. And then some girl came in and asked him out. And I was like, wow, that's crazy.
Must be nice.
I guess that's what you're talking about with the expectations of guys and girls. Like, guys are usually the ones that have to put in the work and make that first step. But that's not, like, always fair.
It's changing, though. I feel like it's...
Standards are
times are
changing.
changing. So...
Yeah. If you're out there.
If you're out there, hello, these two are single.
I was trying to gas up Alan.
Alan's single.
So very single. What are your expectations for New York? Are you, like, trying to find new friends?
I hope I find new friends. I mean, I know some people up there, so I'm kind of excited to like meet up with them again and see how things have been going because I haven't seen them in about a year. But for the most part in New York, I want to excel in my career. And that was like one of the biggest things for moving up there. Because that's like my dream job is up there. I want to work there and eventually, go back to school, go work in corporate or work abroad.
So you want to go back to school for what? Master's?
Mm-hmm.
Doctorate?
My MBA, so I can work corporate.
Okay.
So I'll work all the sides of it. So I'll be working like R&D, manufacturing, and then eventually I'll get to work on the business side of it.
What is your dream job?
So like, yeah, what do you want to be doing? Do you want to be R&D or do you want to be corporate?
I think right now my dream job is the one that I'm going to be working, where I'm going up to New York, working R&D, and kind of having a hands-on experience within like the cosmetics industry. And then from there, I get really bored. So like, that's kind of one of the reasons I left Philly. Like I felt really stagnant. Like I didn't feel like I was growing or like learning anything new. So I wanted to leave. So I went to Pittsburgh. And then from Pittsburgh, I also felt stagnant. When I feel comfortable, I don't make any progress. So the only way I can go from there is throwing myself into something new. So New York.
So do you feel like you're going to be feeling the same way about New York in a couple of years?
So that's kind of why I want to work up from R&D. Like if there's something new to learn, I'm going to go for it. If there's something new for me to work with, I'll go for it. But otherwise, I don't hate any kind of like area. Like I'm not afraid of staying put. Like I wanted to come back to Philly, but there wasn't anything that was driving me in Philly. Like
nothing here to help you grow and develop your character.
Right. Because I see you guys grow and you guys make steps towards your future and you know what your goals are and you accomplish those goals. But for me, I never got to that point of making a goal and achieving it. Like I get so comfortable hanging out with you guys and, doing a day-to-day. And that's kind of what I would like to move away from.
I feel like here, think for me, I find the resources that I have available around me and try to use that to develop myself and grow from there. And that's just how I worked. And so far it's been going very well. But I don't know. If I were to move to another place, it'd be very hard for me to know what my resources are there to help me grow, because I know what's around here already. I'm so like being here for so long. I know what I can use to my advantage what can I use to benefit me, and just knowing the right people, connecting. It just, I don't know. I feel like you did really good out there, though. Like,
Thank you. Do you ever consider like putting yourself somewhere really uncomfortable and then seeing how you adapt without kind of a support system?
I thought about it. It's very scary.
I really want to go to Alaska. so I've heard about some positions in Alaska where they will like pay you extremely well to live like half a year in Alaska because nobody wants to go up there, right? But if you take like some nursing job or some like physical therapy job up there, they will pay you an insane amount, you know? And I was like, damn, I really want to like try it one day.
Maybe we can just, if you find a group of friends together, you could probably make that work. So you bring.
But that's
some
the thing.
comfort.
Then you have a support system.
Right.
There.
That's Yeah, you're right.
You're
You
bringing
want the
people.
beauty of
Yeah.
doing it by yourself and seeing how you adapt.
Right.
And like making friends and
Hunting.
learning how to get around. Oh,
Fish in Alaska.
It's very scary.
Sled dog.
does it have to
races.
be Alaska?
I don't know. That was just an option, or like something that I heard about people like doing.
Right, because it's only 6 months. You'll come back. And if you hate it, you get to come back home. And if you love it, maybe you'll do it again.
Move to Alaska. Yeah. I've always had this like fantasy of like moving out to the mountains or something after I retire, like going to like the rolling hills of Scotland or something with like dogs and just living in a cabin or something. Can't wait to be old and piece the fuck out.
I feel like you would thrive. I feel like because you guys always do your camping, you guys find a lot of peace and serenity just, with the bare minimum and kind of growing from there and learning like what you can do to benefit yourselves.
Would you be willing to drop this podcast and move somewhere else? And then, actually, we could probably make a podcast work like through online. Actually,
but like,
so
what am I leaving for? Is it something I really want?
probably something that's more important than
fuck
that-
you.
but
If it's something I really want.
I'll start a new podcast over there.
New friends.
Cast 2.
I think you should do it.
Alaska?
Maybe not Alaska, but like
Peace
maybe
out.
not 6 months.
You know, my mom told me, like, well, I've been looking at, like, travel PT positions. So what they'll do is, like, the agency will assign you to different cities across the country for, like, 3 months at a time, wherever they need, like, a PT. And then you work there, live there, and then you move back to wherever your home base is, which is, like, Philly or whatever. My mom was like, you should definitely get out. Like, she was like, she kind of like did it in like not in a mean way, but she was like, you have no kids, you have no wife, you have like
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
you should just go. And I was
You have
like,
nothing holding you back here.
Exactly.
Like you don't have to think about anything
Yeah.
else.
I would definitely do it if I didn't. Well, I would still do it with Tiffany. Like, me and Tiffany have talked about it. We just considered it. I think it was still up in the air about it, but like we would do travel nursing together, if anything, because apparently it's an experience that like you don't want to like think. You don't want to go into the future thinking like, oh, what could have been, what would life been like if I had that experience? But you were kind of always, you don't want to regret making a decision not to do it.
So you say all those things, but what's stopping you from doing it? Because you guys haven't, done it yet.
Well, right now we are still like in the very early phases. We're trying to solidify what we want in the future, and we definitely want a house. We definitely want to like be near family, and I think there are like talks of having a kid as well. I think we're definitely gonna have a kid. Like we were like unsure about having a kid for a while, but then I think we finally like settled down. Like she was like, "Tin, we're definitely gonna have a kid, right?" I was like, "Yeah, I think we're gonna have a kid. I think we're gonna get to the point where we're gonna decide like, all right, we need to pass on. We need to raise a little Tin and Tiffany, But like, it's it's hard because I feel like if we did do travel nursing, it might push back. At our age right now, it's very hard to consider because it might push back all of our later plans, you know. And kids is definitely a thing you can't really push back too far. So we have a limited amount of time. And I don't think we could do travel nursing with the kid. You know, with someone who's going to take care of the kid. Or maybe we could probably live here or some shit. But, yeah, you know, it's just like, how much time do we have until we can do it?
So you're prioritizing, it's just not high up on your list because you have other things that you want to do and you have those and they're coming.
Mm-hmm.
So we're past an hour now. Do you want to, what do you guys want to do? Wrap it up? Keep going?
It's like, what's new with you?
Right.
That's wrong.
What is it?
What's up with you?
Yeah.
God damn, yo. Do you
I'm a
listen to our
fake
podcast?
fan.
Okay.
Do you listen?
At the end of
to
every episode, we do a segment called What's Up With You, where we talk about cool something, anything that's been going on. Like maybe you saw some cool movies, some music, some show, something fun happened to you. What's up with you, Vicky? What's up with you, Tin?
Me? I've been watching The Mandalorian, dude.
How's that been?
It's been fucking great. Oh my god. That was a great show. I never thought you could turn like a Star Wars movie series into a show. But it has this nice like little atmosphere and immersive environment where you still get like that Star Wars feel, but in an elongated segment, you know? You get that it's like a different story. And what's great is that you get a backstory of one of the big characters in the movies from way back when, and it's great. It's kind of like not in a way a sitcom, but more so you see a character go through all of these situations, and developing. You can see development of character and a bond forming. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I would hope you see character development in a TV show, too.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, I'm watching The Mandalorian right now. It's really good on Disney Plus. I highly recommend it. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, it's a really good. I'd say it's a really good way to gateway yourself into a Star Wars series.
Okay.
And
Nice.
you're sharing your Disney Plus, or like, how are we gonna watch that? Like,
I'm actually using someone else's Disney Plus right now. So I can't really share that because they're sharing with me. So what's up with you, Alan?
So I was listening to music on the way over here, and a song popped up that I haven't heard in a while, and I thought, it was like, dang, this song slaps. It was Bourgeois by Phoenix, and it's like, it starts off like really slow, and it's kind of like, it sounds like you're putting in a cassette, and it's like this super long intro. It sounds like you're like putting a cassette on a deck or whatever, and then the verses are kind of sleepers, but then the chorus comes in and the whole band joins in, and it fucking rules. I love that song.
Oh shit!
I'll listen to it, I think.
Bourgeois.
What's up with you, Vicky?
I finished watching The Boys.
Oh,
Per
nice.
your suggestion
What
and
did you
Tiffany's. I thought it was really good. Okay, I thought it was really stupid.
We were watching it. This bitch was falling asleep. It was pissing me off. I was like, "How you falling asleep to this great ass show, dude?"
I wasn't falling asleep. It was like resting my eyes. I was still listening. But it was very good. Like, it was a lot different than I thought it would be because, you know, it's supposed to be a superhero show, but the superheroes are kind of, you know, villainous. So you don't know who to root for in the beginning. And I was just lost. And I was like, what is this show? I looked it up. It was like a comedy, but it was really dark. So I don't know. You should just watch it. I'm very bad at explaining. Did you watch it?
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
I really did. I didn't think I was going to. When I first started, I was
Okay.
like, this is really gimmicky and kind of childish. But then the characters start to develop and you're like, oh, like there's a lot of deep stuff throughout. that doesn't show up until the very end of the season.
It's like a really new, fresh angle looking at a superhero series or
Yeah.
show. And it really takes you off guard. Yeah, because you got a lot of mixed emotions and you don't know what to feel. You don't know what to think. These people that you think that are awesome are actually like, holy shit, they're not that awesome at all, you know? And you start rooting for people. You start rooting for the people that are trying to stop them. You understand.
Exactly.
You understand where they're coming from, you know? You understand the villain side, you know?
And
So-
then you see everyone's like backstory, and you're like, oh, that's why you are the way that you are. Yeah, that's what's new with me.
What's okay?
Wait, is that not right?
What's up with you, dude? You know?
I'm not a fake fan. I've watched every episode since the beginning.
Thank you so much for being on.
No,
Yeah.
thanks for having me, squeezing me in before I leave forever.
Wow, we talked about a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you gonna call this one?
Well, Tin's gonna title it, so
Oh, okay.
I'm not editing this one.
Well, that wraps it up, guys. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Ooooh Cast, and
Thank you.
and thank you for Vicky for coming on today, because you have expressed before that you wanted to come on, and we finally got you on.
At this point, who doesn't want to be on the podcast?
Exactly.
I know,
This shit
right?
rules.
If you
I know, I
guys,
kind of get jealous. I was like, wait, how come you squeezed them in before me?
dude, I've been trying to tell everyone, so you guys are all welcome, and it's like first come first serve kind of thing.
Do you think you'll bring people back
Sure.
Yeah, definitely.
when you run out of friends?
We got unlimited supply of friends,
sorry.
unlike you. Oh.
Cut that out.
JK. But yeah, so you guys have any questions or topics for us to talk about? We do have a submission form. I don't know.
about that.
Yeah, we should be able to link it somewhere. Just look on all our profiles. If you can't find it, you can either message me or Alan personally.
Is there
You have
any socials you want to plug?
I have an Instagram, but I think everyone that listens follows. But you can link it down below.
Okay.
And then everyone else can please comment, like, and subscribe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, do that.
yeah, yes, comment, like, and subscribe, please. So
Please
yeah,
subscribe.
just make sure you guys. If there's something you guys want us
Follow
to talk
on
about,
Spotify.
Apple Music.
Yeah, follow on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google Play now. Yeah, I just got that up recently. So
nice, dude. Was that a hard process?
no.
So, like, do you know how many people actually listen to your podcast? Are you ever surprised when someone's like, oh, I listened to your podcast? And you're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were listening to.
I haven't experienced that yet,
Okay.
Yeah.
but I feel like that's gonna
It's
happen.
coming.
Yeah.
But I feel like that will definitely happen if we post it on Facebook. It'll blow up, and I don't want that.
yeah, me neither, dude.
don't want that.
I don't want people knowing about us too much.
I'll link my episode. I'll be like, I was on this.
No,
You can do whatever you want.
true.
I'm not gonna promote it
No, I'm not.
like that though. I just want to keep it small, tight.
Yeah,
shit,
I
maybe.
revealed
But if
my
it does get
secrets.
big, it gets big.
Yeah.
So be it. But I'm not gonna try to actively look for viewers or listeners.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.